Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. I am your host, as always. I am David Hittle, a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. And today we're going to talk about how a moving, actually packing up your stuff and moving to a new house could bring you happiness this year. So that is important. We're also going to talk about owning versus renting because there is a big difference between owning a home and renting a home. And it's common sense that there's a difference, but we're going to talk more in depth about what the differences are. So before we begin, again, my name is David Hittle. I'm a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. You can visit my website at shopkentuckyhomes.com and explore new homes all over the state. And you can also get into contact with me there if you need to. So why a move could bring you more happiness this year? So as we know, over the past 2 years, we have lived through one of the most stressful periods in recent history. I would say it's probably not as bad as maybe the Great Depression, maybe not as bad as the Spanish flu days way back when, getting into history. But over the past 2 years, we have just we're accustomed to things going a certain way and things happening a certain way and being able to do things a certain way. And over the past 2 years, those norms for us have been stressed. So, because of the health crisis, many of us have spent more time at home, and that's led us, whether good or bad, to reevaluate both what we need in a house and how much we appreciate having safe space. Because your home, after all, is your safe space, is your safe place. So if you have found that your current home is not filling all of your needs, you may be wondering if it is time to find a new one. There's a reason to believe that a change of scenery could boost your happiness. And Catherine Hartley, who's an assistant professor at New York University's Department of Psychology, she's also a co author of a study on how new experiences can impact your happiness. New experience can impact your happiness. And she says that our results suggest that people feel happier when they have more variety in their daily routines. So when they go to novel places, they have a wide array of experiences. So a move could be exactly the new experience that you've been looking for, that your brain, your body has been looking for. And if that's something you are considering to better your lifestyle, here are a few things to keep in mind. So, first, you should approach your decision thoughtfully and explore your options for sure. A home is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, purchase that you will ever make in your life. Usually, people don't spend two or $300,000 on a car. Usually, people don't spend two or $300,000 on a TV. The only thing normally that people spend two or $300,000 on is their home. So it is something that you should think of. You should think of the costs involved on top of just the two or $300,000 price tag. You have to think about the costs of buying the home. So you should explore your options and your decision. Approach your decision thoughtfully and explore your options. So, buying and selling a home is a major life change, and it is not a decision that you should take lightly. However, if you're questioning whether or not a move would bring you more happiness, it's important to explore if that choice is right for you. To find out more, discuss your options and you should reach out to a local real estate professional. I am available to all of you. And from there, we will explain the process, including how to list your existing home and search for a new one in clear terms. That's what I'm here for, to make things clear and simple. So you should also think about your lifestyle and what you're hoping to get out of a move. Are you moving to a new place that has a bigger yard, more space, more private space for you and yours? What needs aren't being met in your current home? What features would bring you more joy and make your life easier? For example, are you now working remotely? There's a lot of people that have not gone back to the office yet. They're working at home. So if you're working remotely, do you need a home office? Do you crave more fresh air and open outdoor space to unwind? So, knowing the answers to these questions can help you get started and position your real estate advisor, that would be me, to work with you so you can find just the right home. Another thing you should consider is the location and the weather. So, location and weather can have an impact on your mood as well. Home features are not the only thing to consider. You should also weigh your options when it comes to location. Is the weather something that's important to you? I know it's important to me, but I'm not going to leave Kentucky. I like Kentucky. This is where my job is. Does it have a tendency to impact your mood? So, does weather impact your mood? It doesn't impact everyone's mood, but some people are impacted by the weather more than others. So, if it does, you may want to consider that as a factor in your move. The World Population Review shares that, quote, what states have the best weather? When evaluating each state for temperature, rain, and sun, some states stand out. Climate and weather preferences are personal and subjective. So, me personally, I don't like the cold, but I think the snow is pretty. I love the warm, I love like Florida weather, but I hate bugs and I hate mosquitoes. They're the worst. So, do I really want to go to a place that has mosquitoes and bugs all year round? Things to consider. So, better weather can mean different things to different people. So, some prefer the heat, others cooler temperatures. Some want to experience all four seasons, like you get here in Kentucky sometimes. Think about what makes you feel happiest and prioritize that in your home search. And if you're moving to a whole new location, your realtor will be a great resource and they will have a strong network to support you along the way. So, bottom line here, guys, is that moving could provide you with a fresh beginning and the chance to find happiness in your new home. So, let's connect today if that is you and we can talk about your goals and options in the current market. And this market is crazy. It was crazy last year. It was crazy the year before. I believe this year is going to be even more crazy. And maybe for different reasons. Maybe for different reasons, but I believe it's still going to be crazy. The housing market is like a roller coaster. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. So we have highs, like today we have high home prices. Home prices are still going up, and we have highs in our mortgage interest rates. Mortgage interest rates for 3 weeks now have stayed steady, which is amazing to me. But for 3 weeks, mortgage rates have stayed steady. But the predictions are that mortgage interest rates are going to go up as well. So, if you need to know more about the market or you want to know more about the market, whether you are buying or selling a home, whether or not you are doing that or not, you should visit my website, shopkentuckyhomes.com. You can add the www if you want, but shopkentuckyhomes.com, all one word, all spelled out. And on that website, you can view homes, you can search your desired area, you can search your preferred price, your budget. You can do how many bedrooms you need, how many bathrooms you need, whether you need a basement, whether you need an upstairs garage, all these things. You can input all these different options into your search and find what you are looking for or whether what you are looking for currently exists. And if it doesn't, then new construction might be your next step. And I can help with that as well. So visit my website, shopkentuckyhomes.com today and check it out. So, I told you we were going to talk about owning versus renting, and here is something that you may not realize. Owning a home today is more affordable than renting in a majority of the country. So, yesterday I was doing some research and I found out that here in Louisville, Kentucky, here in Louisville, where I live, the average rent the average rent is $1,065 a month. So if you are paying $1,065 a month, that equates to owning about a $157,000 home. There are a ton of homes on the market today for $157,000 or less. They're becoming a lot more uncommon because, again, home prices are going up. But there are homes to match or to meet what you're paying monthly on rent. So there are other factors involved. You have to think about, you have to pay electricity when you own a home. You have to pay a water bill when you own a home. But these are things that you can affect. They're not caused by someone else. So you can use less water, you can use less electricity. Those are things that you affect yourself. But renting versus owning, there are big differences. And we're going to talk about them. So if you were thinking about buying a home this year, but already pressed pause on your plans because of the rising home prices or the increasing mortgage rates, there's something you should consider. And here's what you should consider. According to the latest report from ATTOM data, owning a home is more affordable than renting in the majority of the country. And they publish a report every year, and the 2022 Rental Affordability Report says the following: owning a median priced home, and a median priced home in the US is about $365,000. Owning a median priced home is more affordable than the average rent on a 3-bedroom property in 666 or 58% of the 1,154 US counties that they analyzed for their report, which means that a major home ownership expense, or that means that major home ownership expenses consume a smaller portion of average local wages than renting. And other experts are saying the same thing. Other experts in the industry offer additional perspectives on renting. And the single family rent index, that's from CoreLogic, single family rent saw the fastest year over year growth in over 16 years when comparing data for November each year. So, looking at the rental prices year over year from 2020 to 2021, um, rentals are up. A detached rental is up 12.1%, and attached rental is up 9%. November's year over year. Molly Bozell, the principal economist at CoreLogic, stresses the importance of the data and says that single family rent growth hit its sixth consecutive record high. Let me repeat that. Single family rent growth hit its sixth consecutive record high. Annual rent growth was more than 3 times that a year of earlier. Rent growth should continue to be robust in the near term, especially as the labor market continues to improve. In other words, as you make more money at work, rent prices are going to go up. Imagine that. So inflation is eating your wages. Your rent is going to eat your wages. There's one thing to counteract the rental part, and that is to own a home and know what your payment is going to be and know that your payment is not going to go up for the next 30 years. What does this mean for you though? So while it's true that home prices and mortgage rates are rising, so are monthly rents. So, as a prospective buyer, rising rates and prices should not be enough to keep you on the sideline. As the chart said that I read about, the rents are skyrocketing 12.1 and 9%. Detached and attached. Rents are going up. The big difference is when you rent, that rising cost benefits your landlord's investment strategy, but it doesn't deliver any sort of return for you. In contrast, when you buy a home, your monthly mortgage payment serves as a form of forced savings. And what they mean by that is over time, as you pay down your loan and your home value goes up, you are building equity. And equity is that middle ground between what your home is worth and what you owe on it. So you're building equity. So over time, you build equity, and by extension, your net worth increases as well. Not to mention that you'll lock in your mortgage payment for the duration of your loan, which is typically 15 to 30 years. You will give yourself more stability and a reliable monthly payment. So, when asking yourself if you should keep renting or if it's time to buy, think about what Todd Teta, the chief product officer at ATTOM Data, says. He says, quote, home ownership still remains the most affordable option for average workers in a majority of the country because it still takes up a smaller portion of their pay. So if buying takes up a smaller portion of your pay and has benefits that renting can't provide, the question really becomes, is renting really worth it? So the bottom line here is if you are weighing your options between renting and buying, it is important to look at the full picture. While buying a home can feel like a daunting process, having a trusted advisor on your side is key. So if you are thinking of leaving the rental market, renting, if you're tired of renting and you're looking towards whether or not you can own a home, we should connect so that you can explore your options so you can learn more about the benefits of home ownership today. And that is absolutely the case. Absolutely the case. There are so many individuals that rent homes, that actually rent a single family home or they rent an apartment, and they get told each year that their rent is going up. It never goes down. We never see rent prices go down. It's amazing, isn't it? They will lower them sometimes when they want to add a benefit, or if they decide that they're no longer going to pay for something, then they'll lower the rent so that you can afford to pay for it or whatnot. But owning a home is a big thing. It's a huge opportunity, and it is part of the American dream. A lot of people think that they can't afford to own a home. A lot of people think that they can't get a loan, that they don't have a good enough credit score, that they have too much debt. Let the experts and let the people who know these things look at your situation in particular. Don't take yourself out of the race because of your beliefs, because you believe it's impossible or that you believe you can't do it. Let someone actually tell you you can't do it before you give up. And what I have learned, and what you will learn, is that just because you can't do it right now doesn't mean you can't improve your situation so that you can do it in the near future. So, everyone, my name is David Hittle. I am a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville, specializing in the Louisville, Kentucky, and surrounding areas. If you have a rental need, whether that's buying, selling, or beginning your investment into investment properties, please give me a call. My phone number is 502-489-1135. You can also email me at shopkentuckyhomes@gmail.com. And until next week, it will be the 13th, World Radio Day. Next Sunday is World Radio Day. So until then, I thank you all for watching. I hope this live has been educational, and I hope that it expands your thoughts into what you can do in the future. So until next week, I thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day and stay warm out there. There's still snow on the ground. Have a great day.